Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Welcome into this 23rd day of May. CJ Nasello, it's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV, anywhere and everywhere you get your podcasts, and I'm so glad you're here. We got a really good show today. As you guys know, I kind of hinted that a little bit of a different show today, tomorrow, and then, of course, our Memorial Day show. I am taping a lot of these conversations in advance, and some might be live. Who knows? That's the fun of media. But we're going to be talking in just a couple of minutes to Michelle Price, and we're going to learn all about the Fosterberg Fire Protection District meet and greet. This is really cool. So this is an opportunity to raise funds for the fire department, meet your local first responders, and just have a nice open house type of event for the Fosterberg area. Really cool. That comes down the pipeline in just a few short minutes. Then we're hearing a great conversation that I had with Lee Barham, and we're talking all about the Miles Davis Jazz Festival. Drew Ashworth last year when he came on the first time, or a couple months ago, said, hey, Miles Davis was such a big influence. So in this conversation, Lee and I recorded, we talked a little bit about that, and just the prowess that Miles Davis still brings to the music in this day and age, and how his legacy is never going to subside. So we're really looking forward to that one. Then at 10:30, we're going to end with a fantastic conversation today with Tony and Lynette with Heroic Adventures and the Brown Bag Buddies. This is a great collaboration. Starting next week, you can help support the Brown Bag Buddies and their goal of raising $28,000 for the summer. And you're going to go, CJ, that's a large number. Well, they feed a large number of children. This is incredible. And this happens on Mondays from 10 a.m. until 12. Free lunches for kids during the entire summer. And we talk about the need for it, all of the wonderful work that Lynette's done, Brown Bag Buddies, ways that we can support them in terms of donations, and so much more for all of our friends in our Edwardsville coverage area. And we thank you so much for tuning in from the Ed Glenn Today region. But this is a great conversation, and folks throughout the Riverbend can contribute as well. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. This is Memorial Day, the start of Memorial Day weekend is what I call it, with Thursday, because so many of you are already packing the coolers up, you're loading the boat up, and you're heading out to the lake. But, before we go any further, just remember, what the weekend's for. I'm not really a preachy talk show host. I never have been. But, when you go out, just remember that there is a price for our freedom, and we remember that on Monday. But as that is said, we're going to have a great conversation on Monday when we talk to Steve and Greg with the Upper Alton, or the East End Improvement Association. We're going to get the latest on the Memorial Day festivities. We're going to have a great conversation on Monday, and I'm really looking forward to that. But right now, I got to ask you, if you're looking for a fresh start on the road to recovery, a life free from addiction, it's possible, and it starts at Centerstone. Centerstone is a national leader in mental health and substance use disorder treatment for people of all ages, with a commitment to delivering care that truly changes people's lives. Centerstone's dedicated clinicians use evidence-based practices in their treatment program. So this means the recovery care plan is developed for you. Addiction, it can happen to anybody. but so can recovery. And when you're on this road to recovery, you'll know for sure that Centerstone will be that constant guiding force for you on this road. Addiction, as I just said, happens to anybody. So can recovery. So start working towards your recovery today by visiting Centerstone online at recoverwiththis.org. That's recoverwiththis.org, or by calling 1-877-HOPE-123. You can also join the representatives and the dedicated staff at Centerstone and myself on the first and last Wednesday of each and every month with our very important segments that tackle substance use disorder treatment in ways that we can help ourselves. That's recoverwiththis.org. Recoverwiththis.org. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with Michelle Price right after this on RiverBender.com.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready, future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to this Thursday morning. And well, I'm out of town, but Michelle Price and I are in studio today because we're talking about the Fosterberg Fire Protection District Meet and Greet on June 1st. How are we doing?
Doing great.
Is it humid out there?
Very.
You know, I'm ready for... at first, I was excited about spring, but now I'm kind of excited about fall.
Already?
I'm kind of a downer when it comes to weather, you know?
We were just talking about the year going by fast.
It is. It's like done. Well, it's really cool that you guys do the meet and greet because I know it goes towards, you know, raising awareness and funds for the district, but also a really cool way for kids and families to get out and really kick off their summer.
It is. It's a good time. So it's our community event. So we have several fundraisers throughout the year, and our community is so supportive. So this is our way to give back. And so we try to have several free things for the kids to do, and just bring that family out and get them together.
Well, for all of you that are tuned in and watching this on this Thursday, from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. at 3993, that's 3993 Fosterberg Road in Alton, the Emmanuel Free Methodist Church parking lot. This is where you guys can enjoy a variety of different things. I mean, I don't know where to start. You got bounce houses, games, popcorn, you name it, you got it. How long does it take to really wrangle this in? Because you guys did it last year, but it looks like you've added even more this year.
Yeah, so what we're trying to add a little bit, make it a little bit different, add a little bit more each year.
Yeah.
I mean, we started about 3 months ago, but we have a really good committee that works on it together, so we all take tasks. And then beyond that, their spouses help, their significant others help as well. So.
Well, and especially for the Fosterberg Fire Protection District, because being in a smaller community, you know, there's not a lot of resources that the bigger ones have, and to be able to have a day where you can really support them and their efforts and just really celebrate them because they're working all the time to make sure that they can keep us safe, you know, when we need it the most.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so what's coming down the pipeline? We have children's games. Take me through the whole lineup of activities.
Okay, so we do have several free things. We have games for the kids to play, and they'll get small prizes. The bounce houses are free. The SWAT team will be there. We'll have our engines, our fire department apparatus there. The helicopter's coming in. Survival flight is going to
really cool.
Which is always such a cool display, and you'll be able to tour through that. So the only things that will be of cost are we'll have T-shirt sales, which is a fundraiser for us, and then food trucks. So we're going to have Food Revival by LeMay Catering.
They're great.
They are so great. I'm
They
excited
really
about
are.
that. Yeah. Very excited about that. And then Dirty Dan's Meats and More.
Cool.
So
He's good too. Yeah, that's good stuff.
And we're so excited that they want to be involved with the event.
Well, and now I'm seeing too that you're also going to be having some vendor booths too.
Yeah, we added vendor booths this year. So it's going to be a handful of area vendors. We have, to name a couple, we have One Hail of a Craft and Crazy Grandma's.
Do they use hay at all?
Do they use what?
Hay?
No.
Like hay bale? One hay?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Their last name is Hale.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. I was like, man, that'd be cool. Okay. I like that.
Play on words, so pretty clever there. But and then a few others. And then we're going to do Madison County Animal Control is going to be there to do microchipping for pets.
This is really cool.
Yeah.
And, you know, I didn't realize how important that because you hear the PSA and Bob Barker talking about, you know, getting your pet spayed or neutered,
Right.
or microchip, whatever. But, you know, I didn't really realize what that microchip could do for a family, especially, you know, you lose your dog, that's your family member, and now at least you have a better option if it's located on to get your dog back and to make sure they're safe wherever they go or they're found.
Yeah. So we're in a rural area in Fosterberg, and so, you know, we have roaming animals often, but we're constantly seeing posts on our neighborhood page of I'm looking for my dog, or hey, I've just found this dog, and most of the time they're not chipped.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Animal Control, and they're going to be so awesome and come and help us with that.
Really cool. Now, if are you guys still taking vendors?
We do. We need a couple more vendors.
There we go. How do we do it?
So you can reach out on our Fosterberg Fire Protection District Facebook page. Wow, say that a few more times. And they can just message us.
Now, I forgot from last year. Is Fosterberg, are they volunteer staff or is that paid?
So we have paid staff.
That's okay.
And volunteer.
That's really cool, though. I didn't know how it broke down, but it's really cool to have a mix of folks, too. And, you know, I think it's really important to really highlight the volunteer firefighters, too, because they're doing it just to simply be a part of it, you know, of course the ones that are there all the time to keep us safe too. Do they look forward to events like this and really just kind of being able to kind of enjoy a couple of minutes of not too much craziness going on?
Yeah, they might complain about it a little bit, but I think they look forward to it.
And is could kids, you know, maybe ask some questions if, you know, I have a 9 or 10-year-old that wants to be a firefighter and has questions about that stuff?
Absolutely. Any of our people will be happy to answer all of those questions. Yeah, and they'll get to get in the fire trucks and, you know,
really cool.
All that good stuff.
Now, one thing to put out, and we always note this because with Touch a Truck events or any type of meet and greet, every parent's question because their children are asking her what vehicles are going to be there. And a good rule of thumb is you never really know until you get there because emergencies happen and those vehicles are used for emergencies or, you know, if it's too much rain, you name it, you got to kind of watch out for that. So just go and you're surprised. It's a gamut.
Yes. We try to have, you know, several different units there, but the ambulance may get called out. Some of the fire trucks may get called out.
If I go, they probably should keep that ambulance there just in case I go down. I normally go down at one of those things, you know.
Oh, God.
I'll stay in Alton. No.
Yeah, really. Let the Alton guys go.
But with that being said, free snow cones and free popcorn. Is that something that you guys have a vendor coming in for, or are you guys just doing it?
Our staff, our volunteers are doing that.
What flavors are we rocking with this year?
Oh, for snow cones, let's see. I don't know the actual flavor, but red, orange, and blue.
I don't know those flavors either.
Yeah.
So I used to be a big snow cone person, believe it or not. And like every summer, this snow cone truck would open up. I just go up there every day and get those large things, and they were great. But I didn't realize. I'm like, man, why am I bouncing off the walls all
Sugar.
the time? Oh my God, that thing could put anyone back to life, you know?
We're just going to serve them to the kids and let the parents work that out.
And let them run it out. Now, I would assume, with microchipping, is there any type of requirement, about having the pet vaccinated already, up to date, any of that?
None of that, but I'm glad that you brought that up. We need to make sure that they're either in a carrier or on a leash.
Yeah.
And then they'll come up to the space where the microchipping will be, and we'll get them signed in. And then we're going to have a grassy area because we don't know how hot that pavement will be.
Perfect.
So we are definitely welcoming leashed animals, but I just want everybody to be aware of the pavement might be hot depending on our temperature that day.
Can I make one suggestion too?
Yes,
if
please.
your dog's kind of hyper to or maybe aggressive, probably not the best situation to take him to either or her to. Go to a vet and do that if they're, because some dogs are aggressive or don't like that. But this is a great way to do it if we got a friendly little pooch that's ready to be found if ever lost.
That's right, yeah, and cats as well.
Cats too? Really cool. I didn't know you could microchip.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's why I host a talk show. So coming back to this, how many are on your team putting this together?
We have, everybody's involved, so it would be hard for me to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Our committee, I think we have 4 people on the committee, but like I said, even their significant others get involved in helping on the sidelines, and then we grab our paid guys and they'll do things, putting up signs, taking them down. Everybody's involved. So.
Now, do you guys do the meat cookout too, don't you?
We do. We have our pork chop
That's what it
fundraiser
was
in October.
Okay, I wanted to ask you this. I know it's completely we say ways away until all of a sudden we blink and we're there.
Absolutely.
What is the recipe? Because people are dying over these. I swear I'm not lying about this. I had somebody talk to me. They're like, I'm serious. Those are like the best pork chops around to go up and try.
They are so good. The first of all, the meat quality is good, and then we have 2 gentlemen that come and volunteer their time. They're not even on the fire department. They're just friends of one of our guys.
That's so cool.
And they are the best cooks. So
I'm serious.
The secret's there.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things. I'm like, I have you in studio already. I might as well ask the question.
It's delicious. So that'll be in October, 3rd week of October.
So mark your calendars now and make sure you save the date. Now, what are some of these? I know that you're selling T-shirts and different items. Do they go towards anything other than to cover costs? Is there any type of fund that maybe we could help support throughout the year?
Well, they'll always take donations. They can be mailed to the station. But when we do our fundraisers, it's primarily for equipment or signage, those types of things that our taxes, we just don't have enough, tax base to pay for that. So.
Well, and that's what's really cool, because even though it's a family day, and honestly, it's not really just a meet and greet, it's a Fosterberg open house is what it is.
That's what it is, yeah.
It's a good thing to know that, your fire protection district's there, but also to know their needs, because, we always look in life to just say thanks for taking care of us, but it's always good to say, how can we help you? And T-shirt sales and a few donations if we have it. That's always a best step forward. Yeah. And going forward, Bounce House children's games, do they need to get a wristband even though they're free? Or is there any type of requirements or age limits? Or
the only requirement, I believe, is socks for the Bounce House.
Okay.
And other than that, no, we just, everybody, even to the littlest of them, we'll make sure they're safe and have a good time.
I love it. I don't know what I'm looking forward to more, Dirty Dan's or, me going down. No, I mean, but this is so cool. I mean, it's last year when I was talking about it, I saw it and I thought, well, that's neat. But whenever we got to talk about it and really go in depth, it's really cool to see how, I mean, you guys are all working. It's not like you're out at home going, how can we pass the time?
Right.
I mean, you guys are providing a service to do this.
We are. And we're all there working, and extended family. We can get our chief's grandkids come out and they help. And
well, they better.
Bring them all in. They're little, but they'll help anyway.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, and it shows how tight the Fosterberg community really is, and how you guys come together, because I mean, even though I just consider us all part of one community because we're all so close together, it's also good for Alton residents, Granite City, Edwardsville folks to know that there is, Fosterberg Fire Protection District. Go out. It could be a day for their kids too, and support.
Yeah.
Go out and buy a T-shirt and support.
Yeah, everyone's welcome. You don't have to live in Fosterberg. Even if you don't want to bring kids for the activities, come eat. There's few restaurants in our district, but when we have a food truck in, it's something different. So just come by and get something to eat.
Well, you guys got the restaurant in your district. You guys got the Castelli's, That's always you go to. I love a good moonlight.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, though, to go out there on June the 1st, is that a Friday or Saturday?
Saturday.
Makes it because 11 a.m. Yeah, Saturday because you guys are working. It would be hard to get off. 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Seriously, go out if you don't have the grandkids with you, or don't have your little ones with you. Just go out and get some food from the Food Revival or Dirty Dan's, and make sure you just get a T-shirt or make a donation if you have a little bit of cash on you or anything, and just help support and say, hey, we know you're here.
Yeah, we appreciate it for sure. Yep.
And now going forward, are you guys? Is it just the pork chop event that's left this year? Or is there anything else that's coming down the pipeline?
That's it for this year. Yes, we only hold our rummage sale every other year.
Okay,
and that's another big fundraiser for us.
That was last year, wasn't it? Now, did that turn out as big as it looked? Because on Facebook, it was getting scary, kind of.
Yeah, it was. Luckily, we have everybody that helps, but it's a great fundraiser for us, and again, the community is so good.
Well, Michelle, I really always enjoy talking with you. Last year was fun. This year is fun, too. And seriously, grab your kiddos and head on over to Emmanuel Free Methodist Church, their parking lot that's located at 3993 Fosterberg Road in Alton. Is it? I guess
it's Alton address.
Is it an Alton address? That's interesting. Okay, I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
We have a jigsaw of an area.
Yes, absolutely.
Even with the North Alton Godfrey split.
Absolutely.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Well, you can go and experience free children's game, bounce houses, snow cone, popcorn. What type of popcorn? Kettle corn or popcorn?
Just popcorn.
Oh,
butter.
Actually, you know what? That's probably the best for a hot, warm day, too, because that way you get some popcorn, relax a little bit. You got food trucks, vendors, booths. Your pet needs to be microchipped, and you can do it for free, provided by the Madison County Animal Control, but put them in a carrier or on a leash, and there will be a grass area where you can keep their feet cooled off, because if it's 90 on outside, it's going to be 110 on that pavement, and those paw pads can't handle that.
Yeah.
But go out and support, buy a shirt, or just make a in-kind donation and support the Fosterberg Fire Protection District. Anything else, Michelle?
I think that's it.
Man, we did it. How about that? Go get your soda. Oh, wait. Sorry. I got to take care of a little bit of business, though, because I forgot I'm not here. I got to do the live read now.
That's true.
So while I have you, let me fill you in on Denise Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling. She's one of my favorite people. You know, Denise last year said, CJ, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be.
She's doing it.
She said, I'm gonna do this weekly trash service. I'm taking on the big guy because she and I complained for a while about our trash problems.
Yeah.
She did it and she conquered.
Yeah, she's doing great. Yeah.
Those purple and yellow trash cans are popping
all
up. All over like bunny rabbits. Just boop, boop, boop.
You see them right away.
You do, and it's because she's there. Do you use Denise Sparks yet?
We don't yet, but I got a quote Friday.
Did you roll? Yeah. Oh, that's I didn't even know. I just guessed.
Yeah.
My parents switched and have not looked back, and I'm telling you what, it's because they care about their customers. At Sparks Junk Removal, you are not a number. You are a person, and most importantly, you're a person in this community that they are looking very much forward to serving. So whether or not your neighbors are getting ready to report you because that hot tub you've had before the financial crisis is broken down and growing weeds, time to call Denise, or if you're ready for weekly trash service and the best, if I might add, SparksJunkRemoval.net. That's SparksJunkRemoval.net. Don't forget to tell her that you know who sent you over their way.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Welcome into this Thursday morning, right around 9:20 on RiverBender.com, Roku TV. I'm in the studio while I'm in Las Vegas. Lee Barham joins me now as we're talking the 19th annual Miles Davis Jazz Festival. I can't believe it's already been 19. That's almost older than I am, Lee.
Hey, it's been a whirlwind.
So right off the bat, how did the event get started?
The event got started 19 years ago by a gentleman named Tom Ragnar, Lily Gardner, Everett Lloyd, and Geneva Perry. They wanted to honor Miles Davis since this is his hometown, and they formed a group. And they came together, and one day I had a note on my door that says, "Come to the meeting." So I went to the meeting, I enjoyed it, and here I am.
That's incredible. Well, and you know what's cool? Last week in Grafton, they had the Blues Festival, and a guy from Georgia came up, Atlanta, Georgia, and his name's Drew Ashworth. Mm-hmm. And we were talking last year, and he was talking about his love for Miles Davis, and he's like, "I can't wait to get up to Alton just to see if there's something that recognizes Miles Davis." I go, "Man, go to the statue, and then go to you can go to the spot where his birth house was, right up there."
Mopping.
Yep, he had the time of his life, man. But it's so cool to see how Miles Davis's legacy really still is alive in so many musicians.
Yes, it is. Miles was the trailblazers for a lot of people, and they try to emulate Miles, but there's only one Miles.
There is 100% only one Miles. Now, the theme this year is Soulful Youth.
Soulful Youth. Our theme is because we are, even though we have Jazz Festival, we want to entitle the youth. We're giving back to our youth. Our youth is our future and stuff. And that's something I know deep down in my heart that Miles will enjoy. He will enjoy the music, but it's most likely by giving back to our youth.
Yep. Well, and too, I mean, just given that moment, and taking that opportunity to recognize the youth, it opens up a whole chapter to different opportunities because they know their community welcomes them and supports them, and now it's time for them to support us.
There you go.
It's all about that cycle, man. And
yes.
You guys have it really, I mean, I love what you do with it. And now, what I think's cool is that Jared Hennings is going to be Master of Ceremony.
Yes, he is. No
better person to be the Master of Ceremony.
Hey. He's the best.
He is, man. And now a moment of silence is going to be taking place. I guess definitely no better time with all the crazy stuff happening in our world today.
Moment of silence for our world and for our city.
100%. And now who's going to be performing all throughout this? How does all that kind of get decided?
Well, we have two performers. One of them is Anisha Storm, who's the headliner, and she's the opening act. And the headliner is Soul Cafe.
Really cool. Now, is that with some of the members of Porch Cafe in that band? Or is this a different?
It's a separate group.
Okay, cool. This is cool. I'm learning. This is awesome, man. Well, let me talk about some of the scholarship recipients. Are we giving scholarships out?
Yes, we are. We are giving out 6 scholarships, $500 each. Wow. This is the most we have ever given, and I am so excited. But it's because we had tremendous sponsorship this year. I can't emphasize enough about the sponsorship. The sponsorships goes a long way towards aiding our youth. We, as a community, as small as we are, got to embrace our youth. We have kids that's coming from, that receive it from Marquette, Alton High, and I think we got one that was homeschooled.
Really cool.
So we got the spectrum of all the children.
Well, you know what? You said something not a lot of people say. We're a small town.
Yeah.
You know, Lee, sometimes, man, it seems like as a community, we act like we have 50, 60,000 people in here. No, we have 24,000. Let's celebrate that and let's grow with the 24 and not act like we're too big for who we are.
Right, because we are investing in our youth.
Yeah.
Last weekend, they graduated about 380 kids. And I feel that's a very small amount to be graduating because normally Alton High be averaging 500 plus.
I was sorry to say my class had almost 600 in it. Yeah.
Correct. So I would look and say, that's a small class and what's going on? So, it's a part about giving honor to our students and stuff. Let them know wherever they go, that Alton will always be their home.
And you know what? That's a huge thing. I got into a conversation last week about, being in the community and what that looks like for youth. And you have to have moments like what you guys are doing because the youth need to know, sometimes a lot of people want to get away, and be the big shot and come back and look at me. Why don't you stay in your community and not work for yourself, but work for your community, just like the community's worked for you, and then develop that type of love with your own generation instead of going away and forgetting about your hometown and coming back when you're 40. That's my way of looking at it.
That's my way of looking at it, too. But you got to invest, show them an investment.
Yep.
By us investing in them now, they see we care for them. We're just not saying, you graduating, you on your own. No.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it's about embracing our youth. Because our youth is our future.
Well, and there's a ton. I mean, I'm looking at some of the scholarship recipients, and I mean, these students have made a name for themselves, really, and some of their academic accomplishments and their community accomplishments, like Keon Lacey. I mean, that young man is going to be going places.
Yes, he is.
Well, and, take me through how the scholarships are kind of decided. Are they all submitted? Is there an application process?
They are submitted. The forms are filled out. The application is filled out around December to April.
Okay.
And then after that, a panel decides, go through, this year we had about 30 to decide. And we get they got a multitude from Marquette and Alton High and this gentleman that was homeschool and stuff.
I'm really happy with this event because we need more for the youth and not just here, come do this, but be a part of it. Submit some scholarship applications because you might get something out of this by being a part of the Miles Davis Jazz Festival. And it's just it's a real incentive that's not about being out and partying or having some big day of climbing and doing this and doing that and climbing rocks or petting a mule and all that. It's about really kind of just celebrating one of Alton's notable figures.
One of Alton's, there you go.
Most notable figures, actually, I just love it. I really do, because there's so many opportunities to go out and do events, man, that are about, maybe it's not, having kids party, but, their parents are out there with beer in their hands and all this. And, we need those, but that's fine, but we need these more than anything, with these type of events where we're going in and we're celebrating music and we're celebrating an icon and kids are being awarded with scholarships. That's a community event.
Correct. And then years from now, they will always remember, I was one of the recipients of the Miles Davis Jazz Festival.
And it means something. It really does, because that scholarship, regardless of what it goes towards, they remember, man, and that's cool.
And right, and they be able, wherever they go in college, they say, you know what? And someone brings up about Miles, they say, wait a minute, that's from my hometown. I received one of the scholarships from it.
And you know what? To anyone at home going, well, maybe, no, it does happen, because there's so many times, man, I've been in meetings, and whether it's with pro wrestling that I used to or politics or whatever, that those conversations really spark a lot of growth. It's
Correct.
Crazy how that happens.
Correct.
Now, have you had a chance to listen to some of the performers yet? Or are you going to be surprised with all of us on June the 1st? Or no, June 1st?
Yes, it's June 1st.
Okay. Yes. I get confused, man. That's why they put a screen in front of me.
No, I would get to them. This is the first time I got a gentleman. His name is Jimmy Small, who handles the bands and stuff, and he's in tune with who to go get.
I'm excited. And now, Asada Storm's the opening performer.
Correct.
And then Soul Cafe's coming in. But, I think it's really cool. This is a big group of board members that you have. I mean, normally whenever I ask about a board, there's 2 or 3 people. But this seems like a group that people want to be a part of, too.
Correct.
And how are board members chosen? Is it just is it a voting process and kind of getting everyone together?
It's about the love for Miles, the love for your community.
I love it.
A lot of people want to be part of it, but you got to show that enthusiasm. It's all right to have the fun day, but you got to lead up to it. You lead up to it by, you had to get out here and secure sponsorship. You got to secure the children, and then you also got to need the community support.
You got to put in the work. You can't just celebrate,
There you go.
That's what I think's really cool about this, man, because you're always, you're working yourself still, and
Yes.
you're coming back and putting on not just this event, but tons of others and really being a part of it. With the theme being Soulful Youth, what's your message to the youth in this community about, the value of community?
I want them always to remember Alton. No matter where you go in life, a lot of people, they know about St. Louis, but remember Alton for who it is. It's a small town with a lot of values and stuff. This city here, we have Miles Davis, we have Luther Ingram. I'm thinking right off my back. We had the senator. The senator that written the 13th Amendment. He was from here in Alton.
You know what? So I was in Mr. Day's class in Alton High School, and that was the coolest lesson I've ever learned because I'm a big history guy, especially presidential history. I could go down the list of all the stupid things presidents have done and all that, but we were talking about the 13th Amendment. He goes, you guys ever drive up by St. Mary's and Henry Street and you see that big white house that has that American flag on it? And he talked to us about the justice that actually affirmed that decision.
Correct.
And to me, it's like, I even said it in class that day, Lee. I said, why is this not a day in Alton? That is one of the most monumental decisions. And
Correct.
all we have is a flag out there? Like, what are we doing here? That's my thought. Anyway, that's my thought anyway.
We need to embrace our own.
We do.
Even Scott Bibbs. Even Scott Bibbs. Scott Bibbs, before there was Brown versus Board of Education, there was Scott Bibbs who fought for education. I mean, our history is rich. We got the Gentle Giant. I mean, we got the barges. You can name it. I mean, if you just really sit back and think about it, Alton is rich in history.
So I got in trouble. Let me tell you this. I was in Texas doing pro wrestling, and we were in Georgetown. And I lived in Georgetown right outside of Austin. And they had this sign, historic Georgetown, and all this stuff. And granted, a few historical things happen, but when your town's 200 years old, eventually, a bear finds a place in the woods. But I get there and I'm like, what's historic about this? Yeah, it has a nice town square, but where's the history? And I'm talking about Alton and just going down the gauntlet of all these opportunities that presented itself to the Alton area. And I'm like, you guys aren't historic. It's just old. Quit saying everything's historic because you're 200 years old. Just say you're a 200-year-old town. Slap it on there. But we have history, rich history.
Yes, we do.
And you know what I think's cool, and I don't know what your thoughts are, but our history really doesn't just span one sector. I mean, it goes all over, from music to innovations to you name it.
To history, I mean, to our community activist leaders.
Yeah.
You name it. I mean, we have to.
Yep.
As Altonians, got to embrace who we are.
100%. So do you have a moment to stick around?
Sure.
I got to pay a quick bill. We'll take a quick break, but our conversation with Lee, and we're learning all about that 19th annual Miles Davis Jazz Festival continues. But while I have you, I got to pay a quick bill. Let me fill you in on Denise Sparks Junk Removal and Hauling. You seen those purple and yellow trash cans yet?
Yes.
So Denise called me last year. She said, CJ, I'm taking on the big guy. I've had enough of them. And I said, good, because I have too. And even though you and I live in Alton, so we're stuck with the certain trash provider. There is Denise Sparks is doing awesome, man. She is gaining more and more followers, and it's because of her service. You call Denise, guess what happens? She picks up the phone. Yes. Ain't no call center, ain't no press 3, or we'll expedite your claim. She's just there to look after you. Now, if your hot tub's been in the backyard since the financial crash of 2008 and your neighbors are getting ready to report you, call Denise for those 31 years of junk hauling. But if you're ready to make a change with trash, I can't yet in Alton. Hopefully that'll change. But if you don't live in Alton, then you have the option. Go to sparksjunkremoval.net, fill out the form, see if you save a little bit of bucks. But if you don't, just realize you're working with a company that cares about you and you aren't just a number there. That's Sparks Junk Removal. Get over here.net.
I had an amazing experience with Dr. Haug and her team. I came here when I was 10 years old to get my braces on. Now I'm 28 years old, braces off, and I get so many compliments on my smile. It's helped me thrive in my career as a news reporter, and also as Miss Missouri USA, I took the stage with confidence, knowing my smile was gonna make me look like $1 million bucks. I've never felt better and more confident because of my smile.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville. Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing.
Clock's tick. Here we go. Welcome back. 19th Annual Miles Davis Jazz Festival. We're hitting you on a Thursday, but the festival comes down around the corner on June the 1st. What time, Lee?
From 6 to 8 p.m.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. And how long is the performers going to be out there for?
Each performer will be performing for 1 hour set.
Oh, cool. So in between is when we have the scholarships, and then you'll be issuing your closing remarks.
And we also provide a meal.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What's is Post Common serving?
No, we have an outside caterer that will be doing it.
Oh, really cool. Awesome. What are we serving? You know I'm nosy, man. You know I'm nosy. Come on.
The caterer is working on it. He's supposed to send me over the menu later this week.
You know what we call that? We call that a tease in the media business. So that means you better get your butt down there and see what's on the menu.
Yes.
Now, what's the price of admission for?
$30.
And do you need to RSVP in advance?
As I was driving here, I was thinking, I think we got about 130 people already.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How much can Post Commons?
200.
Oh, God. So we need 70 more of you. And you better RSVP because you won't have time, it seems like.
Yes, because I'm looking by Friday will be it. It'll be sold out.
That's incredible. And we're going to make sure that we'll link you. Is there how do we pay for tickets? Is there a link?
You can purchase them at the Post Commons. They have tickets there. Or you can come, if we have space available,
that day.
You can come that day.
Oh, man. You better get your ticket soon because last year, did you make the change last year to go to Post Commons?
No, we made the change about 3 years ago.
3 years ago? I don't know whose idea it was, but it was a great idea because that's a perfect setting for this.
Yes, I met the gentleman and we struck up a conversation and I said, He said, come to Post Commons. And I walked in there, and there was this big old mural of Miles Davis. And I said, Divine Spirit.
Yep. 100%, man. 100%. And is there any marker of where Miles Davis's birth home was anymore in Alton?
They just have made it, put that on the national registry, yes.
Wonderful, because I haven't been back that way in quite a bit, but I'll have to swing on by and check it out, because that's a spot that not a lot of people go to. And I get why, because it's not really a grandiose thing, but it still needs to be observed and know, hey, this is where a legend was born, and legends are born anywhere. It depends on how you turn your life and how you use it.
Correct. I would like for the city to put that on the tour line. We have all these tour buses, and plus we have the boats come in, take them to Miles Davis statue, take them to their birth home. We can even drive by Luther Ingram childhood home, which is on Tremont. I mean, it's so much there. We're not utilizing it. We got the River Road, and we know we need to tell our history.
So I'm going to say something, I 100% agree with you on that. I just had a quick tie-in. My mom actually took care of Luther Ingram when he was near the end. She's an occupational therapist, and she is just hearing some of the stuff, and also took care of, I think, one of Lou Brock's friends, but Luther Ingram was one of her patients. I'm like almost 100% certain, because that was her big celebrity that she had that she was so proud to talk about. But, no one realizes what musicians, especially of color, had to go through. And I mean that. And I'm not saying it to patronize anybody, but because people talk about, oh, man, they took advantage of Elvis, or they took advantage of Janis Joplin, and they did. But to hear some of the stories that, he was sharing with her, if I remember everything correctly, I couldn't imagine how anyone made a dime, back then, or even how they put the life together with their career when they were getting basically ripped off by everybody.
Yeah, but they endured, though. And
they did.
That's why we need to we remember their history.
Yep.
Keep on remembering their history. A person never died. If you continue to say their name, they never die.
That's a great way to look at it, man. That's cool. Well, and going forward, I mean, this isn't going to go out anytime soon. We're going to have the 20th, the 50th, the 100th. We're going to keep this going as long as we can. Our applications, when do they open for scholarships for the next year?
December.
December?
Yes. They can get them from their counselor. And like I said, certain people know how to write me, and I mail them off to them. Really cool. And Lee, just keep up the great work. But I'm going to go through the board members here. I don't have the best pronunciation skills, but we're going to do this. Barbara Joy, Jimmy Small, Faye Barham, Michael Barham, Lillian Gardner, Marquita Rattler. Dang it. Loris Mitchell, Jared Hennings, and Creola Davis, who, by the way, is awesome. Thank you for that interview, man. That was fun. We had a great old time with Reverend was there, too, and we just had a heck of a time talking about that. Also, too, Thomas Ragland's the chair emeritus of this event. Correct. He was the first one.
That's really cool.
He passed away about 4 or 5 years ago, and I never forget when I took over, he always said, Lee, you drive my car, but don't you wreck it.
That's really cool. That's actually a really cool little message there.
Yep.
Well, it was. I mean, that was his car, and now you're taking the wheel over, and you aren't in cruise control. You just keep getting more and more.
There you go. I know he's looking down saying, I'm very proud of the way you're going.
Absolutely. And for more information, is there a Facebook page or anything on this?
We haven't had our Facebook page set up yet.
Okay.
So we're looking at doing, since next year will be our 20th.
Big one.
Yes.
That's when we have a RiverBender wallpaper that's just all Miles Davis for a month. That's what I think.
There you go.
Well, and seriously, folks, if you have the opportunity, you only have about, there's 70 tickets left around, plus or minus a couple, but you got to get to Post Commons or reach out and get your tickets. And if not, you better just say a prayer and hope there's some available on June 1st, because this is going to be really cool. And to all the scholarship recipients, congratulations, because, in high school, you don't realize how important that stuff is. But when you get older, look back 10 years and realize all those little accolades, like this one's a big one, but even just, Honor Society and all of those mean something. And whenever you're named a Miles Davis, scholarship recipient, that's a conversation starter in life. And man, you guys have hit it out of the park. You're going to see Asada Storm and Soul Cafe Jazz Band in concert June the 1st for the 19th annual Miles Davis Jazz Festival. Lee Barham, anything else left to talk about?
I'm looking forward to seeing you.
I am too. Oh, hey, I'm looking forward to seeing you this summer at the Riverfront Amphitheater, too. Are you guys going to be volunteering again?
Yes, we will.
We'll have to get you back on there. We'll have to talk again then. On that note, we'll take a quick pause here. I got to pay more bills. We'll come back with more of our daily show on this Thursday morning. We're going to be talking to Michelle Price, who they're doing the Fosterberg Fire Protection District meet and greet coming up in just a few short days. So we're going to get the latest on what that supports, how we can support it, and all that fun stuff. We'll take a quick break. Daily show hits you on a Thursday right after this.
No matter the season, Played Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ. Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
This evening or tomorrow morning. And Eddie, This is really cool. What you guys have cooking down there is really unique. How's everything been this morning?
It's good, man. It's real good. They're up. They start at 7 a.m. So we've been going already for a few hours today, and it's back to every day, selling the goodies.
Well, that's what I like is the logistics of Village because it's open at 7 because there's some that don't open until 10 o'clock. And man, my morning started already.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of work traffic in front of that location, whether it be to or from work or whatever shift you do work. So, and that, and it's not a consume immediately product anyway. No. Always, you can be taking it home and planning for it that evening or the next day. So if you're on your way to work, we're trying to be there at those times. It's such a busy, it's just an explosion of drive time, between like we open at 7, so let's say 7 to 8, just crazy traffic. And then coming back from 4 to 6 p.m. on the way home, it's crazy traffic. So you want to be there for sure at those times, so just take it for the whole time.
Man, I love it. And how long did it take for you to get this up and running?
Well, the construction, Miller Construction, familiar with Aaron Miller, he knocked it out. It was amazing. I think it took him like 41 business days. And between, when you're looking for, skilled union, local and a small, it's really difficult to do because they're so planned out and so far ahead and the good ones are so hard to get. He really helped us out. Now, with that being said, it's kind of can be kind of a political and a hard thing. It's still fairly new and they're kind of backlogged. So we ended up having to wait a little while. We sat for a little longer we wanted to. So I would say the whole process was still wonderfully like maybe 4 or 5 months.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, you went from Woody's Chicken to Village Dispensary in a blink of an eye.
You could still smell it before we got done.
That's what added to the sales, man. They started eating those edibles and came back here.
It might have worked a little. No, it was a really quick. Those guys, they got to give it to the builder on that. But then the process wasn't horrible. But there's some red tape and hurdles with it's still cannabis and still it's not it's close to where it's not a horrible thing, but it's still got a little bit of the departments and the political part and the thing, the hoops you got to go through and the different they still exist, so it takes some time.
Well, that's why I've always said folks that right away when Illinois legalized, man, I've got to get in the lottery. Man, good luck because I ain't even touching that. That's a whole nother ball game.
Well, it's and that I did the same thing.
Yeah.
For multiple reasons, and I had buildings right on the Missouri line too. So like fireworks going the other way, I'm thinking, man, this will be great for St. Louis folks to come over because Missouri's not going.
Right.
So conservative. Yeah. So they said they weren't going. So that's when I started kind of hunting it down and found out that I wasn't the right guy like you. I didn't have deep enough pockets and didn't have and didn't know the right people, whatever it was, and get into the lotteries and get into them. So then I sold my buildings to the other dispensary.
Oh, yeah.
So then I kind of learned about, and I wasn't able to really get involved in it, so, and I learned a little bit about building one and about watching one and how they were when something becomes your neighbor, you accidentally gets close to you.
Exactly.
So I saw it and saw the clientele were wonderful and saw the sales were wonderful. So from the business side of it, I just got into it more. Well, by then Missouri had gone. So that area of my properties that I owned by the bridge kind of had lost their value. Right. And the licenses started actually going down in value.
Really?
Yeah, there had been just because they're so expensive, they were blown out of just.
They were. That was
insane. It was just ridiculous. Yeah. You couldn't make that.
No.
But everybody wanted it. When that one won, everybody that won wanted millions and millions of dollars, and they, quite frankly, they paid too much in the beginning. So then when those folks opened down there, and I saw it, plus you see and you hear all the wonderful things about it. I mean, the average age is 54 years old, and all these old people over there getting different lotions and medicines and arthritis, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. Not only is it great for money, but it's cool,
right?
So you're like, man, there's never a police call or a fight or an argument. It's like, man, this place is all these people are walking in and out, and everybody's so happy. I gotta get one of these.
So I swear to God, I was up in Collinsville the first time it went legal, and I gotta go, and I had to ride that damn prison bus over there
from the water slide.
Yeah. And so I'm in there. Well, all of a sudden I'm looking around, I'm like, well, half these people are in suits just getting out of a meeting. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't get over it.
It's unbelievable. And you get all kinds of people, which is cool, even cooler, because you get some crazy looking dude sitting next to suit and tie, and you're like, man, it's kind of like Fast Eddie.
Yeah.
It's like everybody just flowing, and over there, it's extreme. The age is what's so surprising.
Yeah.
The people that and they're just so happy. So I'm like, I gotta get one of these, man. I'm like, I just gotta get one of these. So I when I didn't really go to intentionally. Woody's was just jumped out as it's perfect,
right?
Because it's not down, on the river down by me. It's out in, it didn't really mean Godfrey. Didn't even really know for sure. I don't even remember if I knew for sure if it was God. It barely is.
Because you're on the jigsaw.
Yeah, I mean the address is Alton.
Yeah,
and so you're right there on that no man's land or whatever, and you it's just perfect. It's just the come and going of everyone from Jerseyville to. So fell in love with it, and it's Godfrey. So went to the Godfrey folks, and again, that's another thing that's different now. Municipalities were really hard on it. When it got down to that, there was a whole lot of not in my backyard.
Right, right.
Well, now it's totally the other way around.
You see the numbers.
They're rolling the red carpet. I mean, the financial money and
right.
the upside is so great, and the downside is zero. I mean,
really,
you're pretty much opening like a family pharmacy right there. I mean, it's like there's no negative really. There's no negative.
No.
And, there's just so now towns love it, and that's why it's in Godfrey, not in Alton, just accidentally.
Well, and the thing is too, I think that's what a lot of the holdup was, Eddie, is they thought like I did when I was going in that you'd see the reggae heads and everybody else,
right.
and they're kind of,
right.
and they didn't want that type of crowd. But when you go in and see the diversified audience and the numbers. All means come in.
Well, when Collinsville took theirs as a medical, people were up in arms. Well, let's switch to recreation when the guy built them parks, and everything in the world. And it's really the no downside is bigger than the upside.
Yeah.
So then now, Godfrey, for example, has had the luxury of watching Alton and see no crime or that's all a bunch of BS.
It is.
And they're already, they're declassifying, they're changing it now, they're hurrying up now. But, but Illinois had the luxury of watching Colorado. And so we're so far late in the game to where the proof's in the pudding. Godfrey, now Wood River, East Alton, there's nobody that'll say no. It's the other way around. They'll buy you a building, if you can find so it's made it easier on everybody to accept it and to enjoy it.
If you see anybody that tells you no, you please give me a call because I got to meet that guy.
Yeah. There's no more mayors on the no side.
No.
Hey, Eddie, please.
The East Village dispensary.
I don't care where. Just please. Yeah. I mean, the tax things are set up really favorable for.
And what are the do you know what they go? I don't want to put you on the spot.
The municipality is like 3.5%, and then they get their original sales tax. So I think you could probably get around gross of 5% of sales. And the average tax, and depending upon the potency and the medical card has none of the big recreational tax. So there's all kinds of different. But if a town's getting 5% of a dispensary, let's say, just for easy math, and you're doing. If you have a huge one and you're doing $1 million a month, that town's getting $50,000 a month. I mean, there's no other business giving 50. I don't care if you're Walmart or if you're not doing this. That doesn't come in that tax form. So, and again, the biggest part is. What's it hurting? I mean, it's more like an old school pharmacy. It really now you can be against the drugs still, which only 13% of Americans are.
Right.
Get with it. You know what I'm saying? Or that can be your thing, but you can be against using too many aspirin too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so anything can have its negative with being overused.
Well, and man, I say this all the time. Everyone that's taken Advil or Tylenol for 20 years and taken 2 a day, you know what your stomach's doing to you. Right. These cannabis products ain't going to do it to you. Right. You're going to get through the day a lot better.
Well, I've been selling beer for 40 years. All my whole life I've been about selling beer, and I love drinking beer and selling beer, and it's cool and nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But there's a whole lot different group of side effects about it.
Right.
About it than there are with it has its problems too, and we've been right along with it. Whether it's through charity or through everybody accepts it in their circle.
Yeah.
But this is, and I'm not even a marijuana user, so I just see the business effects of it, and I see the. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not against it. But I mean, as far as like a daily user and a really person that's an advocate or whatever, I'd be more the beer guy. But I see more problems in the beer guy than you do so there is no argument on daily, on how it fits in society. It fits just as well as beer does. It's really a joke to look at.
You just dispelled the old adage. You never get high on your own supply, Eddie. That's good to know.
That's it.
Well, we were talking, it is a family pharmacy. I walked in the other day and blown away because these other dispensaries are almost like militarized, where you're in a line and then you got to sit here and wait for 40 minutes and then they scan. When I walked in, it was nice. There was just there was a few people that were waiting on folks and then waved me in. He goes, see my ID? Said hello. Got what you want? Great. Flipped the counter around, that sucker came out, and I was out in 4 minutes.
That banking thing, those are cool. Yeah. Because they expedite and they get you in and out of there. The ones that try to really key on safety also make you feel like you're in a correctional.
Right.
It's like, man, what am I doing something bad? And you hear buzz and you're like, man, what the?
Yeah.
I got my mom working the door. I did. My mother's checking ID. Like, I'm trying to make it as, they got like nice looking shirts on. Uniform. You're walking into Walgreens. You're not
right.
And if you do need the help, there's an area where you can ask for help because if you're if you're a newbie at it and you've heard all these great things about whether it's arthritis or just getting high.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you want to do, you can ask. But if you don't want to ask, we don't want to overpressure it to where the people behind you are in there thinking, man, let's go. I know what I'm talking about. And it's another really informed consumer business, man. Way more than me. More than, they walk in and they know more about it than, so just let them get their stuff and roll.
You know what I do? I find the most experienced consumer in the line. If I'm ever waiting and I just ask, what are you getting today? Oh, okay, I'll make note of that and I'll get it tomorrow.
It's amazing how cannabis people know their game, man. And they don't need any help. Get them in, get them out. 5 minutes. Let them go home. Don't quit trying to sell them. Tell them what you can give them as a promotion or a, but not an upsell of teaching them. They don't want to be taught, man, unless they do. And if they do, they can request that.
Exactly. They got Redheaded Stranger on vinyl ready to listen to, ready to get over.
Right.
Well, and what I think's cool is the amount of folks that you got working too. How quick was it to fill up a staff? Because it seemed like everybody was excited to work for Village.
It's a totally different industry of that too. When it's new and young people are new, we were just flooded with people asking for us, to give a shot. And we got some people that did have some experience, but we also wanted some folks that really didn't have a ton of experience. Quite frankly, you want some people that be new with us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's all do this together, and it'll all be be easier for the customer. But we did in fact get a bunch of people that really wanted a new environment of the same thing. You know what I mean? A new test on, a twist on, taking care of the can. And these guys, man, I'll tell you, there's half of them, let's say, whatever, maybe even most of them that we end up choosing and got lucky enough to have. Man, they know their shit.
They do.
I mean,
You're right.
great.
They do.
Like, wow, how do you know all that?
Well, and what I think's cool too is the fact it's how they talk to you. Because sometimes when you try to be knowledgeable, it comes off of you being an asshole. Right. But this isn't. I mean, this is really just
my son-in-law is the general manager, and he's running he comes from a corporate like Chick-fil-A. He's worked for a bunch of different.
Gotcha.
And and it's funny too how you can watch him like with his team, and he's not a big cannabis guy, but he does have a lot of knowledge about it, just whether it be from studying it or learning from them or picking up on it, how just that he's late 20s, how those folks just know a lot about it. You know what I mean? Like we didn't know a lot, we just smoked it. We didn't know anything about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so even him as being you can be a part of it and pick up on it. And it's almost like they test themselves or kind of bounce things off each other, trying to see who knows more and who can learn more and who. It's really cool.
It's a fun environment to work in.
It's a fun environment, right?
You got a moment to stick around. I got to pay a quick bill.
All right.
10:09. That's the time on this third day of May. I'm getting ready because I'm gearing up. Village Dispensary. I'll see you there at 6 p.m. Eddie ain't going anywhere, though. We're going to talk a little bit more about it right after this on Riverbender.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car. I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
Dream Home Realty Center. Hey, Sherry. Talk to me, Dream Team. We've got Joey.
Yo, what up? It's Mike Keith, the proud graduate of Lewis and Clark Community College. I got my start in broadcasting and now I work all over the country. I discovered my path in media, but I could have been an electrician. Or I could have been a nurse.
Maybe not.
We are Phillips 66 Wood River Refinery. We make the fuels that take us to work and our children to school. We make materials and energy products that allow us to stay connected to each other. We care about the quality and safety of our products because we care about the communities we share. Our employees live our values of safety, honor, and a commitment to act as good neighbors where we live and operate. We are Phillips 66.
Welcome back to our Daily Show. Here's CJ.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have to verify I'm 18 years of age or older. All right. VillageDispo.com. I had to get on the website and hit the age verifier.
21, it should say. Oh, it doesn't say 18.
Oh, it said, oh, maybe it's.
Oh, no, medical, you can be 18,
medical,
right?
yeah.
Well, there, you got to be 21.
You better not go with the horizontal or a vertical. That's what I'm saying.
21 and in the mood. 21 and in the mood.
I gave your damn, I was a live read yesterday. I said, they might not be the coldest bud in town, but it's sure the loudest.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
Well, right now at Village Dispensary, you guys have the chance to get your goodies and get in on the fun. Happy Friday now through tomorrow, Saturday, the 4th of May. You can win a Puffco Proxy from Cresco. This thing's cool. Have you seen some of those?
Again, I haven't tried it, but I've seen it. It's kind of like a round thing, isn't it?
Like a pipe, like a corncob pipe almost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Well, we're always trying to do something cool, and trying to get as many. I didn't know. I'm the wrong interview for that.
Well,
kind
I'm
of part.
telling you what, if you haven't tried one of these suckers yet, this is one you want to win. Now, one free ticket upon entering, an additional one entry for each Cresco, High Supply, or Floracal product purchase. This sucker is smooth, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool giveaway. I might have to call out there. What's going on?
Who's up to this one this morning? Well, when do you guys close at night? Is it 10 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, okay.
Yeah, we the village allows, the city of Godfrey allows at 10. That's their requirement. And we were trying 10, and it just doesn't exist. It's another thing that it's not a late night gig, man. It's not people go on their way home from work to get their weed. It's not like you're running out at midnight. It's not like that. So 8 o'clock, we go 7 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Well, I thought about that because, when I'm drinking, and I run out of beer, I'm going to go try to find more beer. But if I'm, a little bit in the cloud, you're right. I'm staying in the damn bed.
It's different.
Yep.
And you're drinking with a buddy that convinces you, man, go get another 6-pack. Yep. You're smoking alone. You're like, hell with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a group. It's not consumed. With a bunch of guys that come up with a bad idea.
What I think's cool too, man, is the different products you have, because a lot of dispensaries have a ton of stuff, but it's not really good. It's just kind of fad stuff. Well, this is good quality.
And that's what recreates. Goes into the giveaways too, because I went so crazy on the inventory. We got Allison, our inventory man.
She's great, by the way.
Yeah, she's awesome. Really good. And I afforded the luxury, be as great as you can be. In other words, spend some money.
Yeah.
We have tons of inventory. I mean, just tons. So, and some won't work. Some people aren't going to, like. But this way, being new like we are, she could make sure everybody is happy. Mm-hmm. You can tell what you got to replace and what you got to get your return. So we got the inventory.
Now, you hit on this earlier, but I got to ask you. 30 years ago, did you think that pot would be more than just rolling a joint and calling it a day?
No. I mean, probably figured it'd be more, but definitely not like it is now, and the direction it's going. I mean, we're in its infancy now, so there's no telling what'll happen in 5 or 10 years.
I'm telling you what. Did you see what that guy did in California? He was the first delivery company for cannabis for the dispensary. That guy's making multiple millions of dollars.
Well, during COVID too, they had drive-throughs.
Yeah.
So people couldn't go. Well, they shut that down. Well, I have that drive-through.
That's what I was going to ask you.
So I've been like, why? What was the reason that you shut the drive-throughs down?
Yeah.
And I haven't got an answer yet on it, but I hope to open a drive-through.
That would be
and
cool.
That's just another step of progression in that industry. And then, I mean, you take it from being a 7 or 8 or 9 minute deal, which is no big deal, but it's 6 more than most people want to spend.
Right.
They want to pre-order, pull up to you, hand them the bag, they hand you the cash.
Boom. Yep, they're gone. She gone.
Drive-throughs are 90% of McDonald's business. Why wouldn't it increase any other? And I never have got the answer why they took them back from COVID. But the delivery part of it, that's going on. Hell, Grubhub and Food Hub, all those.
They can do it.
That's a whole thing they're trying to do in Colorado. They're trying to become that now, where that's a big part of their business. So what I'm saying is, everybody's asking. I'm asking for a drive-through. They're asking for, and it's just to make it easier on the customer.
It's a really exciting time to be in the game.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because I mean the bar industry is pretty much established.
It's been going on for 100 years, and it's definitely who I am. And a lot of them are they're cross-relatable to where if you know one real well, you probably know because you know people, and you know people that are about half nuts. They're trying to, you know what I'm saying. So you learn it like that, but it's also stagnant and sitting there and kind of here we are. It doesn't progress. There's nothing really to do. People are always going to eat and drink and hang out.
Right.
But this is something that we get to learn things about and see how people change and how people are willing to open their mind for other people. And it's cool.
What I like is if you're crazy as me, you eat an edible, then go to Fast Eddie's, and then you feel really good for a few hours.
You down there, you want a guy on an edible.
Yeah, that's right.
It increases everything more. Right.
Well, Eddie, it's always great talking. I know you're busy, man, and just to get you in talking about Village Dispensary a little bit more, is there anything coming down the pipeline? Are you looking to add more, or right now are we good?
Well, there at that location, we do have some things planned, some parties, and some because we never really got an opportunity for a grand opening as we sat, for a little while. But yeah, there's definitely more. There's an infusion lab that I'm looking to do, where you actually create your own. Yeah. And then hopefully a grow in the future too. So yeah, I'll be doing steps.
That's cool, man.
And again, like I said, I have this next generation, son-in-law, and these guys, and they're really interested in it more than me. So if they're willing to do it and they want to work, and I can make some money, let's do it.
That's a win.
So there'll definitely be a future more. The company will be growing in different. Whether it be another dispensary first, I don't know. More the infusion lab is definitely going to happen, and maybe a grow. We're open for anything, and hope it grows.
Man, that infusion lab sounds badass. So that's cool.
It's more than likely going to happen really soon, and I have the license and everything. So
wow.
I have that done. So me and a couple guys, there's always a couple guys, we're planning on doing it right here. And what that does is then you can brand your own. There can be Fast Eddie edibles. There can be CJ's Get You High. There can be and then you can actually you buy the product and turn it into the edible and inject it, infuse it into the edible, and then your edibles are bought for 1/10 the price, and you can sell them for cheaper, and it becomes so there's a whole lot of things in the works that we're going to keep trying to do. Yeah, it's a fun industry to be a part of.
I got to get a CJ Nacello gummy made, man. I got to get in on this early.
What would it do to you?
What
make you kind of goofy and shit?
What wouldn't it do to you?
I like that tape one. I like to feel like you act one.
Oh, it's nuts.
No, but there's more shit in the works.
That's cool. I don't care. It's online. The FCC can't control me no more.
That's why we're talking weed. That's why I got invited. I don't get invited anywhere anymore.
Well, man, just keep up the great work. And, even though this is for a different business, if you are 21 and in the mood, you aren't going to get the coldest, but you're going to get the loudest smoke around if you go to Village Dispensary. And grand opening, let me know. I want to get down there and broadcast. That'd be fun.
Yeah, we'll do it from there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That's a good idea.
I don't have very many of those. John, make a note. I don't get very many good ideas going. 10:20 is the time, man. Eddie, good to see you.
All right, man.
Take a quick break. Daily Show comes around the corner on this Friday morning in the heart of the 618.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Riley, Ava, and Summer from Alton Middle School in the studio on a field trip. And I've been loving talking to the Alton Middle Schoolers, and now a chance of podcasting next year. A chance?
Yes.
So, right off the bat, how was your field trip today? How's it been getting out of school and class?
Great. It was fun.
I'm so glad I'm not in class.
You're so
me
good.
too. Yeah. We feel the same.
Well, and now, whenever you're able to go out and about and do some things like this, what's it like to, be able just to explore the community and learn more about, local news anyway?
I feel smarter.
Yeah. And now, what grades are we in?
7th.
All of us are in 7th?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. And now, how's 7th grade wrapping up?
Pretty good.
Good.
There's a lot of more tests at the end of the year.
Now, do you all have to do the Constitution test, or is that the 8th graders?
We already did that.
Oh, gotta go.
It went good. Really, it was okay. It was okay. I didn't want to do it.
So, which classes are we a part of? Some of you guys are with Miss Keith. Some of you are with Mrs. Lovett, correct?
Yes. I am with Miss Keith.
We're with Miss Lovett.
And we're with Miss Keith.
And what do you and take me through some of the stuff y'all are working on in class?
Communities.
Yeah, our communities. We're gonna do a presentation.
Right now, we're doing My Perfect Community. It's just like stuff that we want in a community if we ever
or
had
stuff
a
we
chance
need
to make one.
Yeah, well, fill me in. What are some of the things that you're working on in this project? Can you spill a little bit of the secrets before it happens?
Like.
So, do you have any topics?
I put so we had to make a list and then we had to narrow it down to 3 things that we wanted, which it was kind of hard because I had a lot of stuff. But I picked the things that made the most sense, honestly. Like a huge grocery store with everything I want in it. Obviously my friends and family because I want them in there. And then I think I put I I think my last option was like a huge mall because like that's where I get my clothes and shoes from. Because if I had 3 options, then.
Really cool. Anyone else want to fill me in?
So I put like helping out like with communities, so you can have like just fun organizations, and like no trash on the ground, like so it's a clean community.
I like it. Chris?
So like if we do something like as a bunch of kids getting together, it would have like for it to be more organized and stuff.
Really cool. Hey, Chris, slide on in closer to Riley over there so we can see you better. My lower third's really high. And then, Summer, take me through what you're working on.
I'm working on, like, for my first paragraph for it, I'm working on how we can recycle and how we can, because recycling can help with our community. It can also help with the animals, too.
That's super cool. Well, how have you guys liked your classes so far at Alton Middle School this year? Has it been good?
Yeah.
Good answer. Well, and take me through some of the things that you're interested in. So, Summer, you are interested in doing the podcast next year, correct? Have you listened to it so far?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
Well, that's okay.
I don't know where it's at. So.
Oh, okay. Well, the good thing is May the 7th, I'll be on for the last episode. So that way we'll have to have all of us listening to it. Now, do you guys listen to podcasts or any type of talk shows?
Not really.
I listen to a couple podcasts.
No.
What podcast?
Like mystery and like.
I'm like, have you heard of Mr. Ballin that does the missing 411s and like the anomaly? He's really cool. He's a Navy SEAL that comes up with some awesome stuff. Well, coming in today, what do you guys think of the building? Is it a lot bigger than you guys thought it'd be?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I never knew this was down here. I've only been here for like Riverbender on Fridays. So like I've been like in like the vault. But
so what's funny is when I was a kid, we had the same thing for the Riverbend Community Center. And when I got to come back down and work here, it was kind of bizarre because I thought, man, I've never seen this room before. You know? Now, how many days of school do y'all have left?
Like 12.
Yeah.
Is it
12?
May 1st today?
It is May 1st.
Doesn't
we get out on
like
the 16th. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have like 15 days left, including weekends.
And now, what does 8th grade look like for you guys? You already have your plans made for some electives we're going to take, any of those fun classes, what we're doing this summer? You want to fill me in?
The only plan I'm thinking about 8th grade is me feeling like I'm top dog.
There you go. I like that. Ava?
Like I'm better than everybody.
I don't know. I really haven't started like thinking about that. I'm just trying to get this school year over with.
That was my thought. Same. Well, and whenever you guys are heading into summer when it wraps up, how does a middle school wrap up for you guys? Is it just the last week of school is over? You guys have any big tests coming up you want to fill us in on?
I think they're in the main and me and Chris are in the annex. So I think for us in science, we're working till school ends.
Yeah, we got like a presentation.
Yeah, we got
presentation.
But in our other classes, we shouldn't be doing that much. We have a field day and we're going to the zoo this Friday.
Oh,
it's a field trip.
Man,
I'm excited.
Well, I miss middle school. I'm telling you.
We have a lot more field trips now.
Yeah, no kidding. Well,
in old school.
Oh, okay. Really? That's cool. Well, before I say goodbye to the middle schoolers today, I just think it's cool that you guys have a podcast. And it is online. You can find it on the school district's Facebook page. They post the link every time it's out. But do you have any thoughts for after coming here that maybe you want to do a podcast even more?
Yeah, I hope that...
It makes me feel famous.
Good answers.
For 8th grade, they were talking about how... Because I was in Avid last year with Miss Keith, and now I'm in Avid this year with Miss Lovett. So I don't know if I'll be in Avid again, but they said I could, like, request to be in Avid.
Yeah, that's what my mom did.
Really cool. Well, I hope it all works out. And Chris, how are you feeling about 8th grade? You feeling pretty good about it?
Yeah.
Really cool. Did you like your field trip today, at least coming down and seeing it a little bit? Really cool. Well, guys, it's been fun talking, and I always like the chance we get to showcase some of the students just like we did at the Alton High Career Fair. But before I take a quick break, someone that always showcases students is Hainer Library. They're one of our sponsors of the show. Hainer Library is a door to knowledge. You guys have any papers you had to write?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, whenever you get to high school and you're writing those research papers, Google's wrong. You're going to find that out. You know who else?
I know that already.
Do you? You know who's always right? Hainer Library, with the way that they do their resources, and Citation Helper, where they give you a tool where you just copy it in there. They give you the best database to find out all the information you need for those research papers, and you can even rent ghost hunting equipment, podcasting equipment from their library of things. All that's available at HainerLibrary.org. That's HainerLibrary.org, and once you stop in, don't forget to tell them that CJ sent you over their way.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank. The local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Oh, here we go. Welcome back into this Thursday morning. Now I can hear myself. I'm like, man, my volume's really low. My headphones were turned off. That's why. We're joined by Lynette and Tony with Heroic Adventures and Brown Bag Buddies, respectively. This is really cool, folks. Heroic Adventures is doing a charity event in support of Brown Bag Buddies. And Tony, Lynette, number one, good morning, because this is airing at 10:30. But how did this all come about?
So Heroic Adventures is part of our parent organization, Fantasy Books Incorporated, and our store in Fairview Heights last year did a fundraiser, Bring a Coat, over the winter. Mm-hmm. And my team at Heroic was like, wow, that's really cool. We want to do something similar. I didn't want to copy it, and I didn't want to do something in the winter. So I thought, well, what's a mid-year kind of event? And it kind of hit me, you know, school's out. There's a lot of kids that rely on school lunches, mm-hmm. and over the summer they may not have the food they need. And so I wanted to find an organization that supported those kids over the summer and do a fundraiser for them. And I was looking, you know, doing what normal people would do, search online and stuff like that. And I was coming up kind of short. So I asked one of my employees, whose girlfriend is a teacher, does she know of anything? And he said, you'll be amazed by this, but my mom, Lynette,
no way,
is part of an organization that does just that. And so we got connected.
Well, Lynette, before we go any further, how did you start this organization? Because I know during COVID, there were, you know, when school was out and I was kind of getting lambasted because I kept saying, you know, I get we need to do these things for safety, but there's children that are going home and they don't have meals and they have terrible, you know, situations going on. How do we protect them? And a lot of schools started doing that with lunches and different things. But how did your organization come about?
Well, we actually started, this will be our 13th year.
No kidding. Yeah. Okay, I figured it was before COVID. Yeah. I just had a feeling about this.
Yeah, and I was just talking to Tony about this. Originally, the organization was started out of Emmanuel Church on Main Street in Edwardsville. And by a friend of mine. And they essentially worked through other churches in the community, and kind of everybody picked a day, and that was the day that they volunteered to hand out lunches. At the time, we did it 5 days a week, all summer long. And we did that for 10 years, I guess, before COVID. And then, of course, had an off and very weird year followed by the schools. You could go pick up the boxed lunches. And so they did that all summer, but they did it on Mondays. And so she thought, well, hey, that seems to work. And so we switched to just doing pickups on Mondays. So instead of that next summer, instead of the district doing it because their FDA funding had run out, she said, we'll just pick up where they left off. And so we started just handing them out on Mondays, and that worked well. And in fact, we got great feedback from the parents that makes total sense in hindsight. It's hard to get to the same place every day for a lunch. That's kind of ridiculous when you consider the obstacles that they have. So we did Mondays, and they were very happy to pull through once a week and get their lunches, and on their way they went. And so that's what we stuck with. And then last year, my friend who started at Sherry Burmester was very ill, and I got a call from another friend and said, we need help finding somebody that can take this on or would be willing to try to continue it, and we'd be happy to do it at the church still. And they were very, very open about whatever the solution might be. I said, okay, let me see what I can do. And then I immediately told my husband, I'm not doing this. I can't do this. This is not me. I got to find somebody. I'd worked with her for all those years, but I was not that. I couldn't do it.
Well, just to preface, it's no easy task to do this type of organizational work. It's really not. It's a lot of focus and a lot of being organized and a lot of communication, a lot of just experience.
Communication is really super important, probably the most important thing, which I was telling Tony also that that's what I discovered when I said, okay, I'll do it, because I couldn't find anybody that, and I thought to myself, honestly, it is not okay with me for 5,000 kids to not have lunches.
Exactly.
And that first summer we handed out, or that summer before I stepped in, we handed out 5,000 lunches. Wow. So,
but to me though, when we're talking about this, and this is airing and going out to the public, it was talked about during COVID because of all the schools doing it in that initiative with, the USDA or whatever grant was utilized for that. But now that all that's back getting to normal, it's kind of dropped off where we aren't talking about that. But throughout the summer,
the same problem is still there.
100% over. And especially now with prices going up and people working 2 and 3 jobs, parents aren't at home as much. And, to be able to have that option to know that, hey, we're things are tough right now, but at least we're getting this taken care of, which is a priority and really not a privilege. It's a right, in my opinion, to have a lunch.
Nobody wants hungry kids.
No.
And it's to no fault of their own, regardless of what their parents' situation
100%.
is. And many of these parents are working 2 and 3 jobs to try to put food on the table. And what you alluded to about the cost of everything. So we started last year expecting our biggest day the year before had been 400 lunches. So I thought, all right, we'll figure 400 lunches the first day will be covered. And it was 485.
The 85.
And so we packed a lot more lunches real quick.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I thought we would be able to shop every 2 weeks. So we had 2 weeks worth of food. So we were able to do that. Then the next week it was 630. And then the next week it was 745. And so I kind of panicked and thought, all right, our budget went from what had been $14,000 from my calculations and knowing how many lunches we had to, I don't know, 20, I was trying to guess.
Well, I couldn't imagine, because at that time, too, last year, that's when everything really started to get volatile, too.
And the wonderful thing, we have been taken in by the Glen Ed Pantry.
Wonderful.
Yes, and the really wonderful thing is they're an amazing resource. And Jane Acey is the director, and she has a lot of knowledge and a lot of connections and a lot of great out-of-the-box thinking. And I was able to go to her and say, after those first few weeks, and say, what is happening? I kind of thought, did I overshoot? What did I do? And she said, we're seeing the exact same thing. Our numbers are increasing the same amount. Because, like you said, the prices went up. And so there are so many families that were right on the edge of affording groceries, and that just bumped them right off.
Yeah, and it became a once-a-month commodity, really, for so many people. Let me get my wrapper out of your once. Well, getting back to this, too, that whenever you're taking over last year or you're coming a part of this, what were some things you had to learn pretty quick because of the different nuances that life throws at you? That we were just talking volatile prices and inflation and XYZ plus the exponent too.
Mm-hmm.
What were some of the initial challenges that you kind of were up against, and do you still face them now?
Yeah, well, budget is always the biggest obstacle. We've tried to reach out to the community. Now I focus on the churches that came along with us initially, but I've been reaching out to the community. Shocked that there are so many people that aren't aware this is a problem to such a degree.
You're right.
Last year we ended up handing out 7,206 lunches.
Whoa. So you went from 5,000, you gained 2,000 lunches.
Mm-hmm.
That, and see, this isn't, and to me, I don't even want to say, wow, that's incredible, because it shows the growing need.
It does.
That
it really does.
Individuals have. And I mean, we're talking food here.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm not talking about extra toys.
Exactly.
I'm not talking
we aren't giving anybody an Xbox. We're giving lunch.
Right.
And how much was that cost last year, you said?
So when I went into panic mode, I aimed at about 20. I was hoping to get to about 28 because I figured that would be safe, because then I'm really scared.
Right.
And because the farther we go into the summer, the less time I have to make money. And we ended up with a little over 21,000, and that carried us. And so this year, with the increase last year, I talked some more with Jane at the pantry about the increases and what they're seeing, and with the previous trends that involves numbers. I don't do numbers.
No, yeah, I'm right there with you. Don't even give me You know what's funny? When I owned a business, and afterwards I partnered it off, and people kept calling me to do consulting and stuff. And I said, listen, I can consult you on, just my thoughts. Don't give me any.
Don't ask me.
Don't send me a spreadsheet.
Right.
Don't let me know about what your ROI is, because quite frankly, good luck to you.
Right. I got nothing for that.
Right, but I'm right there with you on that. So this year, what are you kind of thinking?
So this year, we had a 44% increase last year, and so we got started right away in the fall fundraising, because I wanted to get to 28, and so that's what we're really hoping to get to for this summer.
Is 28,000.
Is 28,000. Now, obviously, beyond that, we can start thinking about next year, which is wonderful, because it's really unnerving to be at the end of the summer and not have a starting spot for the next year.
You really have to be a couple of years ahead, especially with the way the world's working now, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone a year from now, and what that means for prices.
We don't know what the costs will be next summer.
And folks, if you can't stop by Heroic Adventures, and we're going to talk all about that component of it here in a second, I do want to direct you to a place where you can donate. Are you guys a non-for-profit by chance?
Well, we're under the pantry, so we are.
So it is a tax-deductible donation. And you can make those donations to the Glen Ed Pantry, BBB, in the memo. Mail it to 125 5 Avenue?
Fifth.
Oh, Fifth Avenue. Okay, man, I'm like Ron Burgundy. I read what's in front of me here. 125 Fifth Avenue in Edwardsville. That's 62025. Once again, the Glen Ed Pantry is what you make those donations to, but put BBB in the memo and mail it again to 125 Fifth Avenue, Edwardsville, Illinois, 62025. That's the attention to the Brown Bag Buddies. And this is, were you kind of blown away by just the amount of because I could only imagine the conversations that are had too. And there's so many lunches you're handing out. It's not like you have 45 minutes with each individual, but just those passing few seconds. Were you blown away really by just their appreciation? Because I've heard that really the kids are so thankful that they have this type of opportunity.
They are. The parents, at the end of the summer is frequently where we'll hear an extra few words from them. And, they lots of them say, I would not have made it this summer without you. Because I have 3 kids and they're in school, and during the summer I have to feed them, and then the other side of this is that during the school year, they can get free and reduced lunch.
Yeah.
But the minimum income to qualify for those rates are tragically low. And so some of the families who really should be able to get the free and reduced can't, because they just don't qualify. So they, still are in a pickle during the year.
I get what I 100% get that now, because of where the criteria is. It just, there's no way anyone's going to really hit that criteria.
Right.
Okay,
right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's your income has to be so low.
Gotcha.
But at that point, food is far from your only problem. You know, and if we could just not make food an issue,
Right.
a lot of these families could do better.
Well, and I'm sure that it's, you know, and one thing I always like to highlight, no matter on what public awareness segment I do, is about, you know, this isn't one category, you know, problem. There isn't, it's not one group of folks that's facing this issue. It's a whole community of people that are going through this. It's
Right.
not, it doesn't discriminate, you know.
Exactly. Well, and that's been a big part of when we changed to the pantry too, is that I'm a big believer that it takes a village, and that's how I've
100%,
raised
yeah.
my kids. And that's it. I believe it 100%. And so I think the village needs to get involved, and we've had real good response and educated a lot of people.
Well, and I just think it's cool on how this collaboration came together. I mean, I really do. The fact of the matter that this kind of, like, literally a spurred conversation. I don't know, my mom, you know?
Yeah, right.
No, take me through the excitement of that, too, because, you know.
It was such a relief.
Well, relief, too, but for your son, you know, to say, you know, that's exciting.
Did he roll his eyes?
So to share a little bit more. So like I said,
Yeah.
I had been doing research online, and I found an organization similar to Brown Bag Buddies in the area, and I reached out to them. And it had been a week, and I hadn't heard anything back, which is when I reached out to Mason, Lynette's son. And he said, my mom, you know, and immediately reached out to Lynette, and like within 10 minutes, I got an email saying, oh my God, this is amazing, thank you so much. And at that point, I was like, it was kind of a weird coincidence. Like an hour later, the first organization I reached out to came back and said, oh, that would be so great. And at the time, my initial thinking was to do just a single day event.
Right.
Just single day. And then I thought, wow, I have two organizations. As we've talked about, the need is so huge. I'm like, okay, I can't say no to either one. So I'll expand the event. And I reached out to both organizations, Lynette and then the other organization, and I said, hey, this is kind of good news, bad news. Bad news is I've got two of you now, but the good news is I'm going to expand the event. And Lynette was like, no problem. The need is there and everything. I never heard from the other organization again. So we're going to support Brown Bag Buddies completely. So I was relieved because I was trying to find an organization.
Right.
And then very excited that I had such a responsive partner to work with. And we've been in constant communication this whole time.
Not to cut you, that's a huge point, because, you know, in this role that I have, I talk to a lot of nonprofits, and I talk to a lot of business owners, and you name it. But no one realizes, you know, they have a good idea and they have a good cause to support, and that's wonderful. But you gotta put the elbow grease in, and you gotta work. You know, it's not just going to be people are going to pick up the phone and go, "Oh wow, this is the cause I want to support."
Right.
You know, we could go on our own 2-hour show ourselves and just talk about how hard it is to get secure donations sometimes and secure all of those outlined things. I couldn't imagine. and that's a good point too, because it's not necessarily, you know, getting on anybody, but it's just saying, you know, you got to really be responsive if this is going to be what you're doing to, you know, to the day to day. This has got to be it. And, you know, Tony, kudos to you too, because not a lot of businesses, not to patronize you, don't really look at that support route. They look at, let's collaborate with another business and offer 20% off so we're all making money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really a service-driven mission. You know, it's a pat on the back, and this isn't. And I think it's really cool that you're tying in what you guys do at Heroic Adventures and everything else, fantasy books, to really support your guys' demographic and use that to support what you guys are doing and supporting in your community. I just love it. I really do.
Well, and Tony's approach was, you know, we want to be more active in the community. And that was like the magic words for me.
Do y'all have a moment to stick around? I got to pay a quick bill here.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So while I have you...
You're good, right? Are you good?
Yeah,
I'm
can you
fine.
stick around for a couple minutes? Yeah. Cool. Let me pay a quick bill here, and let me fill you in because I'm out of town and can't do live reads today, so I got to do them now. Let me fill you in on... Let's do this one. All right, looking to channel your inner Snoop Dogg? Swing on by Village Dispensary for that best old cannabis around. Their friendly staff will get you in and out faster than you can say D-O-double-G. Whether you're after vapes, flowers, topicals, tinctures, edibles, and more, they've got the stash that's going to make you smile. Locally owned, community rooted, and union built, Village Dispensary believes that everyone deserves the experience of a lifetime. Check out VillageDispo.com for their amazing selection, and remember to tell them that CJ sent you over their way. That's Village Dispo. VillageDispo.com. getoverhere.com.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
In the heart-pounding moments of the game, every move counts, just like in chiropractic care. Dr. Andrew Dykman of Rosewood Chiropractic champions this belief, supporting our teams in every drive and supporting his patients for nearly 20 years, offering affordable, compassionate, all-natural wellness care. Call 618-259-2676 or visit rosewoodchiropractic.com today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Alright, even if they say you're wrong, well, it's alright. Sometimes you gotta be strong. Well, it's alright. As long as you got somewhere to lay, well, it's alright. Every day is Judgment Day.
Somewhere down the roadway. 46. Welcome back to our daily show on this Thursday morning as we're wrapping up this Thursday. And a really great thing to wrap up on is talking about collaboration in a really cool way. And we're talking real collaboration, not, the Let's sneak in an offer here and a special discount and a promo code, and let's see how much we can make. This is all about supporting the community, and that's why I think this is so cool. And Tony, getting to the Heroic Adventures side of things,
sure.
This is what you guys do a lot of times is just offer community support because, you know, what you guys do, just talking to you last year, is offer that space for, you know, people to come together and just enjoy. And that's what, I mean, turn on any news station you want to watch today, and that's what we need a little bit more of is just coming together and turning it off for a little bit and just relaxing and enjoying each other's company.
Right, having fun.
Yeah.
That's why I say I sell fun every day.
And you know, as a parent, and Mason was a kid.
Yeah.
Grew up there, sort of. It's a nice, safe place to send him, you know, and I would take him and drop him off. But you don't want to leave your kid, you know.
Well,
they're not wandering around.
And that's a good point, too, because not everyone wants to go out to the baseball field or the soccer field or the park every day. They want to be able to play games that they want to enjoy and have a community based on that, too. And the fact that it's established, and I mean, you guys are doing some cool stuff, is just really an amazing treat for, you know, the Edwardsville community and the Riverbend region really as a whole, because you guys aren't that far away, you know?
Right.
So going forward this week, how can folks next week when they stop in, how can they support this initiative? What are some of the ways we can donate support?
Okay, the easiest way is we're going to give customers the opportunity to just round up their purchase to the nearest dollar.
Okay.
And anything they do rounding up will automatically go to Brown Bag Buddies.
Super cool.
And then throughout the week, starting Sunday, the 26th, and various days across the week, we'll have what we call events, gaming events, and we're encouraging the people who participate in the events to donate their event fee. We charge an event fee because we give prizes away.
Right.
And they can donate their event fee, and then they can also have the opportunity to gain a reasonable advantage in their game, like donate $1 and you get an extra dice roll, or donate $1 and you can draw an extra card.
Donate $28,000, you win the game.
Yeah. Donate $28,000 and you can take over the store for a day. You know, anything like that.
No. Just a suggestion. You know, if anyone's feeling froggy next week,
that would be okay.
That would be, yeah.
Not to put words in your mouth or anything.
Yeah, your
you know?
budget's done. But 100% of the donations will go to Brown Bag Buddies. Like you said, we're doing this for the community. We're benefiting by supporting the community and showing people that we're not just there, as you said, just to make money and put it in our pockets. We want to help the community. So Sunday, our event will be Pokemon.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So you can play, it's a Pokemon Chaos Draft. And I believe we also have a Digimon event on Sunday. Digimon's another card game based on a cartoon, an anime cartoon.
Were those the things that you could walk around with in like the early 2000s? Were those the Digimons? I had a little animal I kept feeding.
I think they're similar.
Similar.
Yeah,
okay,
similar.
I'm sorry. I don't know too much about this stuff.
Me either. And I sell it. But I know they're little animals in Digimon. Pokemon I'm a little bit better on. So that's Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is just going to be the roundup. Thursday is what we're hoping to be our biggest draw. We have a game called One Piece. You may be familiar with the live-action TV show, and there's also an anime, Pirates. Mm-hmm. And the One Piece community is actually our biggest gaming community, and that's, if I was just going to do a single-day event, that was the community I was going to target. So we'll be doing the same thing with them on Thursday, entry fee donated, and lots of buffs throughout the game that you can buy. Friday is Magic the Gathering, which many people are familiar with.
Yep.
Saturday is Lynette's son Mason is doing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Cool.
Yeah.
I learned things.
That's a blast from my past over there.
Yeah. So we're gonna do Yu-Gi-Oh! And then Sunday will be Digimon again. And
super. Now, can folks, if they're stopping in and just purchasing a few comic books or whatever, can they say, hey, can I give another $10, $20 to this?
Absolutely. We'll take any donations. It doesn't just have to be the roundup.
Yeah.
You're welcome to donate $28,000.
That's right. I like that. I like that number. We're gonna get it.
We will take whatever they're willing to give, and it doesn't have to be in cash. You can use credit card. We take PayPal, all that, anything, and we will be able to give to Brown Bag Buddies whatever it is you choose to donate.
I just think it's great, and if it goes well, are you planning on doing maybe something next year? Or?
Absolutely. We definitely want to make it a regular thing because we do want to get involved in the community and we want to support the people that keep us in business and give back however we can.
Yeah, well, it's a good point that you made about, the safe space for kids. I mean, there's no better way to say, we're really looking out for our youth in the community than supporting an initiative that really aims at just doing that very same thing. Mm-hmm. And I really think, going forward, no better partnership for this than really what you guys have going right now. And, timing works in mysterious ways, and, sometimes things happen and fall through the cracks, but it all happens for a reason. And I think that there's definitely a reason that this has all come together, and it seems like a really great way.
Yeah.
And so going forward, let's talk to you, Lynette. How can we reach out and stay up to date on all the stuff that Brown Bag Buddies is doing?
We now have an Instagram page.
Ooh, there we go.
Just
Cool.
Brown Bag Buddies Instagram, and I fortunately voluntold one of my 20-somethings that she was going to make so she's doing that and doing a wonderful job. And we also have a Facebook page. We're the Facebook page still because we were SAC. Because of licensing the issue, we had to switch to a new name. But we're formally SAC, and we have that information on our Facebook page that was established prior. So that's still on there. But we are Brown Bag Buddies. And it's the Edwardsville SAC page currently. Really cool. And then we have an email address, but I think probably Instagram is probably the easiest.
Perfect. And, Tony, how can we stay up to date, too, on all the stuff that you guys are doing at Heroic Adventures and Fantasy Books?
Absolutely. You can visit our website, fantasybooks.inc.com.
FBI?
Yep, FBI.
I remember it.
You remember it. And we've got Facebook pages for all the stores, Heroic Adventures, Fantasy Books and Games. We have Instagram under the same handles. And a good way to keep up with our events is to join our Discord page.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. And Lynette, before I say goodbye, is there anything else you want to fill us in on from Brown Bag Buddies? Any initiative, any other events coming down the pipeline this summer?
I don't think we have anything special.
Okay.
We're always taking donations. We are under the pantry, the Glenhead Pantry, and something I should say about that is that their social media has been hacked. So they're really struggling.
Are you serious?
I know. Anybody that could do that could probably get a real job.
Right.
So all their Facebook, their Instagram, their all the stuff for the Second Chance store upstairs have been hacked into. So anything that can be done for them.
I hope you drive into a biker's bar bike chain and they come out of their bar. I really do. If that was you, I hope you knock a bunch of motorcycles over and they find you. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Put it out to the universe.
Yeah, just want to
see what happens.
Now what if it happens? Now that would be something.
More power than you know.
Then I get the race. Then I get the race.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how I can top off tomorrow's show. We had Betsy, or we had the Fosterberg Fire Protection District meet and greet. We're talking Miles Davis Jazz Festival today. We just wrapping up with a really cool initiative in this charity event in support of Brown Bag Buddies, powered by Heroic Adventures and, of course, the FBI. Well, tomorrow, we'll just find out if I can do an okay job again. With that being said, I'll see you live at 9 as we wrap up the week that was. So on that note, enjoy your families, enjoy Memorial Day weekend. Have a good Monday off. Be safe. Call an Uber if you need to. And most importantly, just try your very best, as always, to stay out of jail.